We have been bombarded in our community with complaints on the managed care program, specifically related to the behavioral technicians are not getting paid, and they're not getting paid because we removed all of them from being approved, we being AHCA. Evidently, there was a certain area that was having problems with unlicensed registered behavioral technicians, so they just pulled all behavioral technicians licensed. So therefore, the ones that were doing it correctly are no longer getting paid, but they're being told and asked to continue to perform the service. Are you aware of the situation? And if you are, do you know where we are on rectifying the problem?
You're recognized.
Thank you. If you don't mind, I'll give a little bit of background on this. Behavior analysis services are services for children with disabling behavioral conditions, mostly autism spectrum disorders, but others. We have had an explosion of growth in this service. But over almost 2 years ago, we promulgated a rule which was to increase the qualifications for the lowest level of people who provide this service, the behavioral technicians. These people go into individuals' homes and work with these children with severely disabling conditions. They don't have to have a whole lot of qualifications. At that time, we wanted them to have a certification from a national board that would make them a registered behavioral technician. At the time, the industry had a lot of feedback that they really weren't ready, that there weren't enough providers out there that had the certification. And so through the rulemaking process, we determined that they would get about 2 years to come into compliance with that standard. That standard went into effect on January the 1st. What we did, because there has been quite a lot of fraud in this area, particularly in South Florida, we did freeze payments for those providers until we can verify that they have met the qualifications to be registered behavior technicians. We expect to finish that review by the end of next week, and we are lifting what we call prepayment review daily as people pass through the qualifications. So we expect that everybody who meets the qualifications will be cleared no later than the end of next week.
Follow-up.
Will they be reimbursed from their prior service if they perform the service? And is that message getting out to the clinics? Because a lot of the complaints we had were not the ones going into the homes, it was the ones that had the physical facilities that were not getting paid.
You're recognized.
Yes, we put out some messaging to providers on Friday, and we're happy to share that with the committee as well. They don't have to take any action to be paid after that if they've already submitted claims. As soon as we lift what we call prepayment review, those claims will go through and process without them having to take any action. One further step that we're going to take in the next couple of days is to publish the list of who's essentially been cleared and checked off as meeting the requirements so that people can know when they've been cleared, to save everybody a lot of phone calls and back and forth.